Hello friends, today we are going to discuss the section 9 of the CGST Act. Section 9 talks about the levy and collection under the CGST Act. So, for the purpose of collecting the tax, there must be a levy. Without levy, government can't collect the tax. So, let us start the discussion of section 9 of the CGST Act. Let us start subsection 1. Section 9 subsection 1 talks about that CGST shall be levied on intrastate supply of goods or services or both. So here you have to remember the word is intrastate supply of goods or services or both. So if it is interstate supply, then CGST is not leviable. If it is interstate supply, then IGST is leviable. Remember friends, whatever the section 9 of the CGST Act, the same portion is copy paste in a section 5 of the IGST Act, except certain modification. So if you read section 5 subsection 1, then here the word instead of central goods and service tax, you will find integrated goods and service tax. Here you will find instead of intrastate supply of goods, you will find interstate supply of goods. So as per section 9 subsection 1, CGST shall be leviable on intrastate supply of goods or services. Further, on which value it will be leviable? It will be leviable on the value which is determined as per section 15 of the CGST Act. So, for the purpose of valuation, you have to go to the section 15 of the CGST Act. Next question may come in your mind that at which rate the tax will be leviable. So, the tax will be leviable at the rate as may be notified by government. However, the government can't levy the tax exceeding the 20%. So the maximum tax the central government will levy via the central goods and service tax will not exceed 20%. So the tax will be leviable at may be notified by the government on the recommendation of the GST Council. Further, how such tax will be collected? The tax will be collected in the prescribed manner. Further, who will liable to pay tax? It is the taxable person who is liable to pay the tax. The taxable person definition is given under section 2 of the CGST Act. So, what is the discussion up till now? CGST shall be leviable on the intrastate supply of goods or services or both. Further, it is leviable on the value as may be determined as per section 15. Further, the tax rate will not exceed the 20% and it shall be notified by the government. The most important part is that CGST can't be levied on the supply of alcoholic liquor for a human consumption. So, CGST can't be levied on the alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Now, question may come in your mind that what is the meaning of a taxable person? So, as per section 2 subsection 107, the taxable person means a person who is liable to be registered under section 22 of the CGST Act or under section 24 of the CGST Act. So the person who is registered as per section 22 or who is required to be compulsory registered as per section 24 of the CGST Act is considered as the taxable person. Now, if you read the section 5 subsection 1 of the IGST Act, you will find that IGST will be collected on interstate supply of goods or services. On which value? Value as per the section 15 of the CGST Act. Further, instead of 20% is given as per section 9 subsection 1 of the CGST Act, here the word is replaced by not exceeding 40% as may be notified by the government. So what will be the section 5 subsection 1? the IGST will be collected on the interstate supply of goods or services or both on the value which is determined as per the section 15 of the CGST Act. Further, the rate will not be exceed the 40% as may be notified by the government. However, CGST, SGST or IGST will not be leviable on the supply of goods, supply of alcoholic liquor for a human consumption. So up till now, I hope it is clear. Section 9 subsection 1 of the CGST and section 5 subsection 1 of the IGST. Next section is the section 9 subsection 2. If you read section 9 subsection 1, the wording is subject to the provision of subsection 2. So section 9 subsection 1 is subject to the provision of subsection 2. So what is the subsection 2? Subsection 2 said that the central tax on a supply of 5 petroleum items. Number 1 is the petroleum crude, high speed diesel, motor spirit, that is the petrol, natural gas and aviation turbine fuel. On these 5 petroleum items, the CGST will be leviable from the date as may be notified by the government on the recommendation of council. So this 5 petroleum item is not right now within the purview of the GST. So if you read subsection 2 of section 5 of the IGST Act, the same thing is, so this is the section 5 subsection 2 of the IGST Act, which is very similar to the section 9 subsection 2 of the CGST Act, which said that the integrated tax, that is the IGST on a supply of 5 petroleum item, petroleum crude, high speed diesel, motor spirit, that is the petrol, aviation turbine fuel, as well as the natural gas, tax on which shall be levied as may be notified by the government on the recommendation of the council. So there is no any difference between section 5 subsection 2 and section 9 subsection 2 of the IGST as well as the CGST Act respectively. There is a proviso in section 5 subsection 1 of the IGST Act that the IGST on the goods imported into the India shall be leviable. But on which values it will be leviable? It will be leviable on the value which is determined at the point when the duty of custom will be attracted as per the section 12 of the Custom Act. So if you are importing the goods into the India, then IGST shall be leviable as per the section 5 subsection 1 of the IGST Act. Further, it will be leviable on the value which is determined as per the Custom Act 1962. So this is the section 5 subsection 1 proviso under the said section. Now we will come back to section 9 subsection 3 of the CGST Act, which talks about the RCM, that is the reverse charge mechanism. Normally the tax will be payable by the person who is supplying the goods or services for both under the GST scenario. However, under the RCM, that is the reverse charge mechanism, the recipient is liable to pay tax on supply of goods or services or both instead of the supplier, and all the provision of the act will be required to be followed by such recipient. So let us start the discussion on section 9 subsection 3. It talks about that the government on the recommendation of council specify certain supply of goods or services or both on which tax is required to be paid under reverse charge mechanism by the recipient, and all the provision of this act shall apply to such recipient as if he is the person liable to pay tax in relation to the supply of goods or services or both. So as per section 9 subsection 3, if government will notify certain category of a person making certain category of supply of goods or a service, same for example, you will find that good transport agency, the transaction between the good transport agency and a company registered under the GST will come under the purview of reverse charge mechanism as per the notification. So if the good transport agency is giving the service to the company registered under the CGST Act, then on such a supply of goods or services or both by the good transport agency to such company, then the company is here the recipient. So the company is required to pay tax under reverse charge mechanism on the such supply of service by the good transport agency, and all the provision of the act shall apply to such company as if such company is liable to pay tax in relation to such supply of goods or services or both. Section 5 subsection 3 of the IGST is similar to section 9 subsection 3 of the CGST Act. Now we will discuss section 9 subsection 4 of the CGST Act, which talks about that government by notification specify the class of the registered person. So government here specify the class of the registered person who shall in respect of a supply of specified category of goods or services which will be received from an unregistered supplier. So here the government will have to specify the class of the registered person. Further, it have to specify the category of goods or services which are received from unregistered supplier. Then in such condition, the registered person is required to pay tax under the reverse charge mechanism. So here the recipient, who is the registered person, is liable to pay tax on such supply or goods received from unregistered dealer under the RCM. So for the purpose of attracting the section 9 subsection 4, government must have to specify the class of the registered person. Further, the government must have to specify the supply of goods or services or both on which section 9 subsection 4 is attracted. Further, for the purpose of attracting section 9 subsection 4, the supply of goods or services or both must be received from an unregistered supplier. Then and then section 9 subsection 4 will be attracted. The similar section is given under section 5 subsection 4 of the IGST Act. Now section 9 subsection 5 of the CGST Act, which talks about the electronic commerce operator. So the government by notification specify the category of services, the tax on an intrastate supply of which shall be paid by electronic commerce operator if such services are supplied through it, and all the provisions shall be applied to such electronic commerce operator as if he is the supplier liable for paying the tax in relation to the supply of services. If electronic commerce operator doesn't have any physical presence in the taxable territory, same for example, such electronic commerce operator does not have any presence in the India, then such person who is representing such electronic commerce operator will be liable to pay tax. Further, there may be a situation there will not be present in the taxable territory of the electronic commerce operator. Further, there is no person representing to such electronic commerce operator. Then in such circumstances, the electronic commerce operator shall require to appoint a person for the purpose of paying the tax, and such person is liable to pay tax. If you read section 5 subsection 5 of the IGS, you will find the similar provision under this section, except in CGST intrastate supply, here the word is interstate supply. So this was the discussion on a section 9 of the CGST as well as the section 5 of the IGST Act. Thank you.